Focus, Silence or Sound, Science Fair 2025. Does background noise affect test performance? Silence, classical music, or noise? Abstract. My science fair project was about how background noise affects test performance. I wanted to find out whether people do better on tests in silence or when different types of noise is playing in the background. This question matters because many students study or complete schoolwork in places where there is noise, and understanding how sound affects focus can help improve learning environments. To test this, I printed 3 copies of the same quiz and had 3 participants each take the test under one sound condition, either silence, traffic noise, or classical music. I kept everything else the same, including the room, test, headphones, volumes, and instructions. I timed each person as they worked and graded their test afterwards. Then I recorded their scores and times to see how different sounds affected their performance. My results showed clear patterns. The participant with classical music scored the highest, the one with traffic noise finished the fastest but got the lowest score, and the person in silence took the longest and also ended with a lower score. This was unexpected because my hypothesis predicted that silence would lead to the best performance. A few possible errors could be differences in how focused each participant felt that day or distractions that I didn't notice. Overall, the data shows that classical music helped test performance the most, suggesting that certain sounds may actually improve concentration more than complete silence. Conclusion. In conclusion, my experiment showed that background noise can affect how well someone does on a test. I originally thought that silence would lead the best performance, but my results showed something different. The participant who listened to classical music actually received the highest score, while traffic noise led to the lowest score and the fastest, but least accurate work. The person in silence took the longest time and did not perform the best. This suggests that some types of sound, like calm music, might help people focus, while loud or busy noises can be distracting. Even though I only had 3 participants, my experiment still showed a pattern that sound can make a difference. If I did this project again, I would test more people and maybe try more types of music or noises to get stronger results. Applications. This experiment can be useful in real-life situations because it shows how different sounds can affect how well people focus and perform on tests or schoolwork. Students can use this information to choose better study environments, like listening to calm music instead of loud places. Teachers in schools could also use these results to create quieter or more focused classrooms. Even adults who work in offices or at home can use this knowledge to improve concentration by picking the right background sound. Overall, this project helps people understand how sound affects the brain and how choosing the right environment can lead to better performance. Data analysis. Based on my data, I noticed a clear pattern. The type of background noise changed how well each person performed on the test. The participant who listened to classical music scored the highest, while the person who had traffic noise finished the fastest but scored the lowest. The person who worked in silence took the longest but ended up with the lower score. This was unexpected because my hypothesis predicted that silence would lead to the best performance. Some possible data errors could include differences in how focused each participant was that day, whether they were already familiar with the test material, or small distractions in the room that I didn't notice. Overall, the data shows that classical music seemed to help test performance the most, while traffic noise and silence did not lead up to the best scores. This suggests that certain types of sound may actually improve concentration more than complete silence. Variables. Control variables. Same test for all participants, same room setup, same headphones, same volume level, same instructions, same lighting and seating, same type of computer/sound source, same number of questions on the test, only one participant in the room at a time. Independent variable. The type of background noise during the test, silence, traffic noise, and classical music. Dependent variables. The test score, how well they did, and the time to finish the test. Background research. Before doing my experiment, I researched how background noise can affect a person's ability to focus and learn. I learned that loud or unpredictable noises, like traffic or talking, can make it harder for the brain to concentrate because the sound takes attention away from the task. I also found out that some studies say classical music or calm sounds can help people stay relaxed and focused, which might improve memory and accuracy. Different people can react to sounds in different ways, but most research agrees that the type of noise around you can change how well you perform on schoolwork or tests. This background knowledge helped me design my experiment and make my hypothesis. Procedure. I printed 3 copies of the exact same test. Step 2, I had each participant take the test with a different background sound, silence, traffic noise, or classical music. Step 3, I identified my independent variable as the type of sound during the test. Step 4, I identified my dependent variables as the test score and time it took each person to finish. Step 5, I kept all control variables the same, including the room, the test, the headphones, the instructions, and the volume level. Step 6, I started the timer when each participant began the test. Step 7, I stopped the timer as soon as they finished and recorded their time. Step 8, I graded each test to find each person's score. And Step 9, I recorded all the scores and time to compare how the different sounds affected performance. Materials. For my experiment, I used 3 copies of the same quiz, a pen, a notebook for recording data, and several participants. I also used 3 different rooms so each person could take their test in their assigned sound condition without interruptions. A timer was used to measure how long each participant took to finish the quiz. I also used a computer to play the background sounds, a calculator to total the scores, and headphones to make sure the audio was the same for each person. These materials helped me keep the testing conditions consistent and easy to measure. Hypothesis. If there is background noise while someone is taking a test, then their test performance will decrease compared to when there is no noise because noise reduces focus. As you now see, those are my 3 photos, which were the 3 tests I gave to the participants, and my 2 graphs showing the results of the participants